Ever since a lot of you guys have seen my gameplay on Thornton's videos or even JML's videos, I've gotten a lot of comments of you guys asking about my settings. Like, why the hell is my tactical X for PS4 or A on Xbox? Like, bro, what? For as long as I've been on the platform, you guys have actually asked me for this video, and here I am to deliver. So guys, let's not waste any more time and get straight into the controller settings. Now, of course, obviously, you're going to open up your settings, and you're going to see a bunch of sub-menus. We're going to start off in the gameplay section. These are just the normal settings. I have my interact prom style on compact. My button hints are on. My crosshair damage feedback is X with shield icon. My damage numbers is on stacking. The ping opacity is default. Obituaries are off. Minimap rotation is off. Weapon auto cycle on empty is on. Listen guys, I don't understand why you'd have this off. The moment your weapon is empty, it just does it for you. The convenience is really good. Auto sprint is on. Listen, if you're a guy who likes movement just like me, you need to have this on, okay? We cannot be pressing in the joystick to sprint. That's weird. There's no need to be slow walking in Apex. Apex is a very fast-paced game. Make sure you have your auto sprint on. Don't be weird. Double tap to sprints is off. Guys, this is not Minecraft, okay? We do not need to be double tapping anything. Just keep this off. Keep auto sprint on, okay? Jetpack control is on hold. Incoming damage feedback is on 3D. Taking damage closest death box is on. I also don't understand why you would have this off. Maybe someone can explain this better to me. The moment you're taking damage, instantly closes. The amount of people that I have killed looting a death box is insane. Every single time when I'm looting a death box, the moment I get shot, it immediately closes. I can rotate, I can escape the fight, and it just works out better for me in my favor. Streamer mode is off and anonymous mode is disabled. I want people to know that I killed them, you know what I mean? I'm not a streamer, no one's stream sniping me, so Novel YT killed ya, okay? Okay. Now guys, going into the actual settings, the ALCs as well as the controller settings, please bear in mind that the rest is completely based on your own preference as a player. It might not work for you, it might work for you, it might take a little bit of adjusting to. I've put a lot of different people individually on my settings and they found it very, very difficult to adjust to because I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy, but the payoff in the long run is unimaginable. Especially if you're the type of player who doesn't like to play claw, this is gonna be great for you because I don't like playing claw. Okay, I think that's really, really weird. I don't like playing claw. I've never been a claw player, so I specifically have my settings this way so that we don't have to play claw and still get the benefit of having good movement on the sticks. Now I do also have my colorblind mode set to Tritanopia because before reticle colors were introduced, you had to change your colorblind settings to change the reticle color, and then I just got used to it. I never changed it and I never looked back either. Now when you head over into the controller tab, this is where things get spicy or weird. One of the two. Remember guys, I understand a lot of you are gonna look at this and think to yourselves, what the actual fuck am I looking at here? I completely understand, but trust me, give it some time, practice with it, stay disciplined and be consistent with it, and I'm telling you now, you will 1000% see your movement go up. I have my stick layout on default, of course. My interact and reload is on hold. My crouch is on hold. My aim is also on hold. My survival slot button is off. My trigger dead zones is none. Now, of course, if you want to maximize your movement, you're going to need to have your crouch on hold, especially if you want to do things like bunny hop. You're most definitely going to need to have your crouch on hold, or even bunny hop healing. The rest of the settings that I'm about to show you guys are catered a lot towards movement. It is very weird, I'm not going to lie, but once you jump in and give it a chance, practice with it, I'm willing to guarantee you, like I've said before, that your movement in this game will most definitely improve by a long shot. All it takes is consistent practice. Now I have my jump, which is LB for Xbox or L1 for PlayStation. My crouch is set to right analog stick. My interact reload is RB for Xbox or R1 for PS4. My swap weapon is triangle. The ADS and shoot button is normal. Don't worry, it's not weird or anything. We all use the same buttons. hopefully. My tactical is A for Xbox or X for PlayStation. My ping is X for Xbox or square for PlayStation. My zoom button is the share button on PS4. I have no idea what it is on Xbox, and I understand this is probably the only time I would have to do like a claw player move where I move my index finger onto the share button so I can actually zoom. It's a sacrifice that I'm willing to make. I don't know about you guys, but I've kind of adjusted to it, so it works for me. Melee is B for Xbox or circle for PlayStation. My health is the right directional button. My extra character action is the up directional button. My toggle fire mode is the left directional button. My grenade is the down directional button. My map is the left analog. My ult is A plus X on Xbox or X plus square on PlayStation. Now I know what you guys are thinking. This is by far the weirdest shit I have ever seen. And you know what? You're absolutely correct. It is very strange indeed. But the thing is, the entire goal of these settings is that I don't want to move my thumbs off of the joystick. I try to minimize that as little as possible, as well as also maximizing my movement potential with jumping and crouching, which is exactly why my jump button is set to L1 on PS4 and my crouch button is set to the right analog stick and it is on crouch. It's much easier to do things like wall bouncing, bunny hopping, bunny hop ADSing, zipline jumping, zipline super jumping, zipline super jumping with airtime, which is basically when you zipline super jump and you just catch a few seconds in the air where you're just stagnant. Fatigue jumping, super gliding, tap strafing, and the thing that I see a lot of controller players do, which is very, very strange to me, is looting using the camera stick. Guys, your movement will be way faster, way smoother, and way more efficient if you loot with the camera stick, not with the move stick. I see a lot of players using their move stick to move around and loot when you can use the camera stick to look around quickly as if though you have a mouse to just pick up the loot really quickly. And the fact that your interact button is bound to R1, you yet again don't need to take your thumbs off of the joystick. This allows you to loot really fast. There's zero delays there. And also, if you're fast enough with your eyes, you can just look at what you want, look at what you need, grab it quickly, and you can get in and out of cover really fast. It also helps a lot with the armor swaps and so forth. The moment you get off drop, you want to be the first person to pick up a gun, it doesn't matter what it is, as fast as possible. And this will allow you to do that. Every single time you have to take your thumb off the joystick to use square to interact and use the move stick to move around. You're not being very aware of your surroundings when you do that as well. So I try my absolute best to loot using the camera stick and not the move analog stick. And now the part that you have all been waiting for, the ALC settings. Now, take a look here, guys. It's up on screen. Take a screenshot, pause the video, do what you must, and give these settings a try. You might be surprised. But a little PSA. The reason why my yaw speed, pitch speed, turning extra yaw, and turning extra pitch are so high is because I do like to flick my shots a lot. I like to turn around as fast as possible, and the smoothness of the camera just feels like I'm more in control. It's less linear, it's less static, and it is extremely buttery and very smooth, so the gameplay looks nice and flashy. I am a Wraith main after all, so it just makes sense, right? Now remember, guys, just because you might use my settings, it doesn't mean you're going to become some apex movement aiming pro. It takes practice and a lot of it too, and you're going to need to adjust your settings to something that works for you. So be patient with yourself and be disciplined in your settings. If you constantly change them all the time, it is going to take you much longer to adjust and to improve. My ADS settings are high as well in the ALCs because, like I said, I like to flick my shots. I know a lot of controller players like Ecstasy have their ADS settings and ALCs turned down pretty low so that it's more accurate when they're aiming on an enemy. However, I personally just like to flick my shots. But anyway, guys, after years and years of waiting, I have finally delivered y'all my video for settings on controller. Now, a PSA. Before any of you guys consider subscribing, please bear in mind I am not a gameplay or tips and tricks channel. I do comedy commentary, I do news, updates, giving my thoughts and opinions, and people just really wanted to know my settings because my gameplay is always in my videos, as well as Thorn Smash's videos and JML's videos. So that is the only reason why I'm making this video. So before anyone considers subscribing for any reason, I'd recommend watching some of my other videos first with some hilarious commentary, cracked gameplay, and god tier editing. I do pride myself on the editing on videos. But for now, guys, if you practice these settings, your enemies are definitely not going to have a fun time going up against you.